Oh, there's the wing.
There's the wing.
Barret!
Better late than never.
Let's go.
The heal tank is here. I needed him.
Beg for forgiveness.
Speaking of the one-winged angel, didn't you have a drink that was themed after it?
Yeah,
That
and
bar?
it was so shitty.
What was it even comprised of?
Sadness.
Oh, also, this is the Sephiroth music.
Yep.
Go on!
Bring it to ball.
This is one-winged angel.
Get him!
Bring it home.
So it's my turn? One more! Whoa! There.
Take it
Okay.
Looking at the wings, and I think they could be proportional. I mean, they could always be a little larger. The problem is, most people's depiction of wings on humanoids tends to be too small to account for their weight. Lightning infusion.
Let's try that again.
Yeah. Hit me with that lightning. That good lightning.
Lightning that you're immune to.
Let's see. Do I do limit break on him? Probably not. Do I do Ifrit? Yeah, I'll get Ifrit up in this.
Get him. Deal with that.
About damn time. Bang, bang.
I'm waiting.
There, use prey.
Go on!
Okay, so I don't think we're going to be able to stun him at this point.
Stay back!
Dance, asshole.
Or I did get him.
Seemed to be stunned momentarily there.
Enjoy.
Give them hell.
Here goes! Hut! Ha!
Let's see. Rate of Judgment.
Gotta go for it
Before
now.
he stuns me.
Beg for forgiveness.
Yeah.
Oh, the memories.
You can do it!
Hang back.
This is just utter chaos.
It's messy, but I'm winning.
I think Ifrit's about to burn out.
But that's
Quite
okay.
literally. But he'll go with the bang.
Oh wait, he has fire infusion, doesn't he? This is going to be the
This
most.
is-
No,
yeah.
it got him.
I'll pay you back. Hope you're ready.
One more shot!
Going in.
Whoa.
Try this.
I want to see you use an Infinity Zen on him, but probably not.
I tried that earlier. I
was too slow.
I loaded it up in hopes that Ifrit would knock him on his knee, but Ifrit did not.
He has Fate on his side. Is this
Or
the...
they're trying to stop him, but they suck.
Oh, is this the asteroid? Another one?
Go on!
I'm waiting. Take the lead.
All right. Watch and learn.
Do a barrel roll. Ow.
Come on.
Is that...
Do a Barrett roll.
I'm gonna pay you. Yeah.
Barret.
Come on.
Back up. Rare. Thank you. Poor Barret.
Kiss my.
So now we're really just lacking Tifa and Red, right? No, Barrett's not
So
doing
it's
well.
my turn?
Define.
Get him!
Yep.
Shall I give you despair?
Please don't.
Oh no, he's gonna.
Okay.
Good timing. Bad timing.
Oh, terrible. No.
It's okay.
Tifa.
She got the heal
or
off.
Not Tifa, sorry, Aerith.
We're good.
Okay, finally.
He's counting down.
What's he counting down?
I don't know, but he is counting down very slowly.
Maybe the
Need my help,
impact
do you?
of the asteroid?
I'll show you what I can do.
I've been waiting.
6. Come on, just a little bit more. Don't let that get into the atmosphere. Come on.
Stay strong, okay?
Get him. Get him.
That's it.
Taking over.
Not really soft.
Let me hear you wail.
Oh no, Cloud is out. Is Aerith the only one left? Or is this Cloud of 1 HP and Barret have 1 HP? For goodness sake. You just need to get him before he counts down to 0.
Don't overdo it.
Got him.
Oof.
It's just
Go,
Barret
Barret.
just plinking him.
Oh, wow.
Tifa!
About time you showed.
We can do this. We can. We can change it. Make it right. Cloud!
Quickly.
So they're getting all of those ghosts out of the way. So you can get to Sephiroth.
Careful now. That which lies ahead does not yet exist. Our world will become a part of it one day, but I will not end. Nor will I have you end.
This is...
The edge of creation. Cloud, lend me your strength. Let us defy destiny together.
Never.
Not yet.
Oh, there's a tree in the nebula.
Mm-hmm.
7 seconds till the end. Time enough for you, perhaps. But what will you do with it? Let's see.
Oh god, this cutscene would have looked so dumb if I had used the nail bat.
Mr. Vice President.
Mr. President. That's right.
The dog looks different.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Was that all of them? Hey, Cloud. Do you see that?
Here.
Thank you.
Where's that giant field of machinery that we saw earlier? Because every time we're down in Sector 7, you can't see it, but when you're above it, you can see the whole thing.
Wait, what? He's alive? That... Biggs?
Huh.
Marlene.
So Zack might actually be alive. Biggs is alive.
Daddy?
Marlene! I'll come back.
So, what now?
Sephiroth. As long as he's still out there,
I thought you beat him.
We can. We will. Count me in.
If it's to be a hunt, you could use a nose like mine.
I'm in too. Bastard wants to destroy the whole planet, doesn't he? An enemy of hers is an enemy of Avalanche.
Rain.
Almost there, Cloud. We're almost there.
Wait, are they in parallel realities or different time?
I miss it. The steel sky.
Huh.
The unknown journey will continue. And then the weird thing was Sephiroth said that he had 7 seconds to decide, and then we didn't really get to see that decision.
It's...
And then also, Sephiroth is like, join me. But one thing I never understand about this is, hey, villain, we don't really know what your intentions are. Can you just spell it out? Like, what do you intend for everything and everyone?
Yeah, Sephiroth, I think, is too cryptic here.
I know.
You really should have said,
too
like...
cryptic.
Maybe you should have said something ridiculous like, I want to become the world itself or Mako itself. This is this horrible, shattered future that's pushing us all into this, like, horrible conflict. And, it's clear the planet doesn't really care and is just going to bring us down this path of destruction anyway. And, I want to change that because, that shit sucks and I don't like it. Or, something to that extent.
And sometimes it's weird in that sometimes villains, they want something that might better the world. At the same time, the methods that they use are terrible. So in Shinra's case, they want to make everyone happy and have power. But also, oh yeah, we're killing the planet for it. And Sephiroth, in order to create a good reality or timeline, wants to destroy theirs or others. Or,
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that with the timelines, because we got the OG, the current one we're currently in, and potentially separate timeline where Zack is alive? Unless, of course, we find out that Zack just got shot outside the gate. Because I thought that's what killed Zack originally, is that he was killed outside the gate.
Yeah, I mean, and the other thing, too, is I couldn't imagine those being parallel unless there was another alternate reality in which Cloud and Zack were still part of the Soldier together and were still working together, because it looked like they were partners.
But they weren't part of Soldier anymore, remember?
Oh, so they both left?
Yeah, because he said the price of freedom is steep. So, and he was fighting Shinra, so he most definitely was not part of Soldier anymore.
So maybe they had both run away.
So in Crisis Core, he died on the cliff. Okay. Yeah, see, I never got that far in Crisis Core. All I knew was that he had died outside of Midgar. One way or another, I know a lot of people are reacting negatively to this. I will admit, I'm actually pretty fine with it, because now I want to go back and finish Crisis Core, and I honestly want to go back and play the OG, so I have all of them? Like, they could have gone super faithful with this, and I think they kind of did. But I'm just cool with it. I'm not going to question it too much or be, like, grumpy about, like, it didn't follow the plot perfectly, because honestly, like, I think that's kind of the thing I'm stuck with that a lot of people, like, have been yelling about, is that, like, a lot of people were mad that they changed things, but I'd rather they change things and make the story different enough so that you feel like you can play both, and if you want to follow the OG plot, like, there is always the old game. I don't know. Like, I enjoy the possibilities this end gives us. Because now, even if I went back and played Final Fantasy VII and just, like, super blitzed through it, I would be able to go into part 2 of this and have no idea what might happen. There will definitely be similarities, but I don't know. Oh
yeah, they did do a lot of motion capture.
Oh yeah, of course. Like, I'm actually kind of excited for the next one. I normally am just kind of like, meh.
I still think it's kind of ridiculous with all the fate ghosts and such.
But at the same time, of all of the JRPGs I'm going to fight Destiny, fight Fate, I feel like this is one of the first times where, like, they really kind of make it clear, like, you're not supposed to be doing this. And, like, they're even trying to stop you and a bunch of other things. Like, so many JRPG and anime plots are like, we're going to fight Fate or Destiny itself, but 90% of the time it's kind of boring. Like, in the middle of the ridiculous end scenes, I was thinking, like, man, if Ni no Kuni had just, like, 1% of this nonsense, I would have been so happy with that game. Yeah, it's not like Fate was only an enemy. Very true. Like,
oh yeah, because, I mean, they didn't want them to die. At the same time, they didn't want them to do what they were doing.
Yeah.
Yep. I like the little scenes.
But overall, I really enjoyed this game. I thought it was incredibly well handled. Towards the end,
animation's beautiful.
Yeah.
Always.
Did you notice what they had done with, like, Sephiroth's lips? Like the texturing and the divots and stuff?
I noticed that they had a lot of lips. They had a lot of pores.
Like,
they
God of War was just as beautiful as this one, but I feel like they did a better job really giving you the full depth and breadth of what 3D is currently capable of doing. And I was really impressed, and I want movies. It
makes me want to go back and watch Spirits Within.
I'd be down with that, honestly.
Yeah, so having been familiar with the characters, but not really with the story, it was nice to see what it was all about.
Yeah.
On my end. And it was definitely engaging. Side quests were... there were a number of them, but it didn't feel like the game was clogged with them.
There were 3 side quest points in the game, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And they were slower. Like, originally, before this game came out, the developers were like, they're going to be just as good as the main story, and the answer is no. Some of them were kind of fun. A lot of them were kind of sluggish.
I still wish we learned more about what life was like for the citizens of Midgar. It just seemed...
Yeah. I would enjoy a side game using all the assets that they have, not with the main plot, or, like, not with the main characters, where Midgar is just kind of an open world thing, and they just use it as, like, world building.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do people up above do? How are monsters?
Now, if Biggs is alive...
They even implied she's alive, because her glove was on the side table as well.
her glove was on the table?
Yeah.
Oh. Then, what about Wedge? Did he get killed by fate? Or
Who knows?
Spared?
That was such a weird, dumb scene where
I don't
he's
even know why
just...
they included that.
Yeah. Like, I was under the impression that they were, like, Fate was trying to, like... I'm assuming Wedge will be fine, but my assumption was that Fate was trying to correct the course with Wedge too, but if Jesse and Biggs were lying around not dead, then... Who knows?
Well, the weird thing I find is, so, in breaking through that weird portal that Sephiroth had made, how do they manage changing the past?
Well, remember, it said that the Whispers were connected to past, present, and future.
Mm-hmm.
And so potentially by wrecking them, this made it so any point where the Whispers had interfered was undone. Maybe not necessarily for their own timeline, but for the Zack Cloud timeline.
But the interesting thing was, when did the Whispers interfere with Biggs and
They were
Jesse
swirling
and...
around them, like before we came up to them.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Treasures thrown out by a vehicle will be found by reuse. Oh. Oh my gosh.
What? What?
Kate Sith is a little cat riding around on a giant Moogle, and in my head I just thought, why not put Wedge in the giant Moogle suit?
Oh no.
That would be amazing. Just like towards the end of the game, he takes the head off and it's just Wedge. Turns out Wedge is the real party member.
Still don't understand what the guys with the weird cloaks and numbers are. I mean, probably
they were experiments, probably.
Probably connected to Genova. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they were implanted specifically with like Genova's DNA or whatever. Oh, that's a Tifa dress we did not see. That
showed one of her other dresses.
That's probably the mature dress.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there were experiments to make more Sephiroths. They were implanted with Genova bits at the very least.
Mm-hmm. Now we're getting glimpses of the... I enjoyed the whole Wall City segment.
The tournament was incredible. They did that part really well. The announcers, the build-up.
I was showing that dress.
Yeah. Wall City, Jesus. Wall City definitely, I think, was probably my favorite part of the game.
They're actually showing different dresses, yeah.
Yeah.
For all the characters.
I appreciate that.
That guy was scum. He survived.
Well, sort of. It does kind of imply that we are going to come back to Midgar or interact with more Midgar-y related stuff.
But just to see what's changed, perhaps.
Yeah, well, not just that though, because like it was clear that the sun was taking over and kind of plans and stuff. And so, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't actually have much more interaction with Midgar in the next game. or multiple games. Like, the interesting point is, originally I was saying, like, I'm going to be upset if it's more than a duology, but I can see the potential for more than a duology here. I'd still prefer it if...
It depends on
they
how
don't-
much story is left after this point.
Well, so what
Unless
we
they
just played, the last 40 hours,
Mm-hmm.
is beatable within, like, 4 to 8 hours
Wow.
in the OG game.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm surprised they're able to extend the game that much, but they
Lots of
managed
character development. Like, Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse, pretty much no one
it.
in the
Mhm.
OG games. Like, you talk to them, they do talk to you about a number of things, but, like, I had forgotten they existed. They were so small. And so they really expanded on everything in, honestly, like, a very appreciable manner. I don't think there were a whole lot of moments where I was just like, I don't like doing this, or why did they have this?
Favorite character is still Barrett.
Yeah, 100%. He was just so well made. Like, his motivations were clear. The only complaint I had about him was
can
that
be
he
goofy
didn't
or
shoot the
brash
computer.
at times, but
Yeah, I was mostly just mad that he didn't shoot the computer when they were trying to drop the pillar.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, if I were Barrett, I would have just shot the computer the moment I realized they were going for it. Because what were they gonna do? Block the bullets? I guess. But yeah, now Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse are a lot more characters in this game. Yeah, exactly. Like, I was honestly upset when they died.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where, like, we stopped after that moment because I was just not okay with continuing. And yeah, cheesy as shit, but I'm glad they're alive because, I don't know, they were good. They were fun characters. Oh, that would be perfect. A side game where you play as, like, Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse running around Midgar. Like, a total side story game that's just, like, open world.
I still want to know what's outside of Midgard too. Like,
Well,
what's
yeah.
up with Wutai and
Yeah.
wherever they had their little village with, Cloud and Tifa when they were children.
Well, I think that's what the main cast is going to go do. I'm just thinking of things that, like, Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse could do in such a way that I just want to see more of Midgar. Because I really did love, like, the technology, the shiny, dark, green, blue, black aesthetic they had going across the board. Like, it was neat.
And it's interesting just how many villains there are. I mean, when you have the board, that's a lot. And then they have some of their underlings.
Yeah, we didn't even really get to interact with a couple of them.
Mm-mm. But then you also have, Reno, Sang, and Rude.
Yeah.
For the Turks, right? That's what they're called?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we will see. But grand scheme of things, I'm glad we played this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad they made this. And where I
mean,
usually...
it's been a while since a new Final Fantasy game came out. I mean, I know that there was the 15
There was
one,
15.
but I wasn't too interested in it because it just didn't seem to have a diverse cast of characters, at least for me.
Yeah. But no, honestly, this is probably the best JRPG I've played.
And if they remade the old 2D games in this fashion,
I'd be fine with it. It would take them a lot of time, but...
I mean, they had to make this from the ground up. I can't imagine there was anything sourced from the old 3D game.
I would definitely say I would hope they make 9 first. I think 9 was done dirtiest because it was such a fantastic game. It was overshadowed by 7 and then immediately forgotten because of the switch to PS2 and then X coming out.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, people always...
10, sorry.
Yeah, they always point to, like, 7, 8, 10, 12... as, like, at least the great games up until, I think when we got into college, that's when 13 came out.
Mm-hmm. And 13 was the point where everybody was just like, holy shit, Square Enix, what are you doing wrong? Like, I remember sitting in my room and just hearing like a weird howling from another room, and I went to go check on it.
What, people were laughing at it?
It was Greg and Samani just being... It's fine. Greg and Samani just being absolutely upset. They'd been playing the game for 100 hours.
Yeah.
And they'd finally gotten the ending and found out that like half the lore was in like text logs that you had to go find. And Greg was upset and Samani was not upset.
I'd be obsessive about finding text logs.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I still aspire to play through like Final Fantasy, all of them eventually. I don't think I'd do it in order. Just because there's so many of them.
Well, also, they're not really sequential unless it's... Because they are their own separate worlds and separate stories.
Yeah. So, like...
Oh, look at that. So that's a thank you and all original staff and fans and all Square Enix staff and fans.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, the first few games are definitely bare bones. There would be a high probability I'd use a fair bit of hacks to get through some of them faster.
Thank you, Square Enix.
Oh wow, they really didn't have like a streaming block that popped up. It was just like, can't take a screenshot at this time. Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
That was it.
Wait, but that just says cannot take screenshot.
Yeah, that's apparently the streaming block that we were supposed to be aware of. Oh. Chapter selection has now been unlocked. Open the main menu, chapter selection, replay any chapter from the beginning using your current character's weapons and materia. Okay. Let's see. Hard difficulty is now unlocked. Items cannot be used. HP is only restored at rest spots. However, certain manuscripts are only available. So yeah, if I want to max characters out.
Alright.
And then there's play log. You earn twice as much EXP, 3 times as much AP. New combat simulators been, or missions have been added in Hojo's lab.
The bike minigame can be skipped from the pause menu.
That's probably for the best. There is a secret boss. Where is the secret boss?
Is it the after game content? We just finished. I want to...
Yeah, no. We're stopping for the night. Realistically, what I would probably do is stop this here for now. Just because playing more would not be... Whoops. You cannot... I don't know.
What did you do?
There was a message there. And then I missed. Oh, bonus boss in the simulator.
In the simulator, yeah. That makes sense.
Oh.
Quests and storylines will be temporarily reset?
Manuscripts. So there are a bunch of manuscripts available in Deliverance of Chaos.
Wait, what are manuscripts?
Extra
lore and stuff?
No, I think the manuscripts are how you get extra skill points so you can max out all your weapons.
Ah, and you better save.
Yeah. Well, one way or another, because the plot is done, any further play will just be me on my own. Just because I don't want... well, I don't know. I think Shell will just totally check out if I were to bring her onto any of that. And that's okay. Let's see, check the play log. I'm assuming the play log is... Yeah, so I'm missing...
So you missed 2 intel reports. Yeah, there's the one...
2 odd jobs that were the alt ones that I couldn't do. We still have...
4 enemy intel.
1 Coliseum challenge. 8 combat sims. I missed a bunch of enemies to assess.
2 enemy skills we didn't get.
Enemy intel, enemy skills learned.
Oh,
yeah.
we missed a couple songs. We've only obtained, one of Cloud's, one of Tifa's, and one of Aerith's dresses.
You replay a chapter, you have to do the whole chapter for it to count. Hoy.
Oof.
Okay. Oh yeah, Cloud's, Tifa's, and Aerith's dresses.
Resolutions witnessed, and then cleared on hard difficulty.
Chapter 14 resolutions. What? Chapter 14.
Yeah.
Search of Hope. Oh. Each of them resolves to fight for Aerith's safe return. Huh. Okay. I don't know. One way or another, I'm not big on completionism. I don't think I'm going to record this if I do more. I'm not even sure if I'd necessarily stream it, except for maybe the bonus boss. I already saved. I'd be more interested in playing this on my own and a bunch of other things.
Yeah. Looking forward to the next part whenever it's ready.
Yeah.
When will it be? Will it be 2 years from now? 3 years from now? Did they already start production on it? Have things been derailed?
I'm assuming they've been working on both in parallel. Finished this one, but already partway done with the next. Just because you can reuse so many of the assets and animations.
Oh yeah, they wouldn't have to make a whole new game. They
Yeah,
just have to make new zones, new
if they
areas,
barely
menus.
change anything and just add more on top of it, you know, all of the extra materia, all the extra moves and systems, like, next one should be a lot quicker. I certainly hope so, because, you know, I don't want to wait more than 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But that said, State of the World and a bunch of other things slows things down considerably. So I'm totally understandable if, you know, if it does take longer. So what I'm probably going to do is probably just leave this here, maybe do some of this stuff on my own. And if I find out that everything carries over into the next game,
Then you might have an incentive to...
then I will come back and do
stuff.
all
But
of the
if-
hard mode stuff and hundo this game. And so I might drag you guys through that. But honestly, I'd much rather bring everybody along through the original game, or maybe we can tackle one of the other Final Fantasies at some point.
One of the ones that's less likely to be remade?
Or at least remade anytime soon.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I was thinking 9 or 12.
I do want to see 12 at some point.
Okay, we can go with 12, because I've got that on the PC